All right. Hey, everyone. If you're opening this, you're probably working in a group with your peers to do some annotating together. You're going to annotate Chimamanda Adichie's We Should All Be Feminists, the transcript. Now, I think it would be wise of you to do this, split it up. The assumption is at this point, you have all seen the TED Talk. You know what's in the TED Talk. So this will just be taking closer looks at pieces of it. So I think you should all work together with one question to answer at the end, which I don't know if I've posted that in here yet. So maybe that's coming up soon. But I'm going to give you a little run through of the document. I'm going to be looking at the screen, which is to my right. So after I change my view here, I'll be looking away from the camera. All right. So this is the document. Everybody should be using Cami here. I made this on a large screen. So when it says adjust your view to 130%, I noticed when I got to a smaller screen that would have been bigger than the screen itself. So you do what makes sense to you. Okay. I increased the margins on the side for this document. So you'll see that coming up. Also, these are pictures that are put in there, so you can delete them and move them around. So be careful. But this first one is, maybe you've seen something like this, but let's go over this. Essential question. So we're going to do summary purpose design. And the essential question is, how does a TED talker design her speech to persuade an audience? Okay, so that's what we're mainly going to be looking at. So read the passage closely. We're marking up according to the colors below. Each person makes contribution to the annotation at least once. Track details and insights that help answer the essential question. Use the says, ooh, that's a typo. That should be summary purpose design. That is my bad. I'm going to see if I can fix that before class starts. To record your insights as you annotate the TED Talk script. So put your, decide who's going to be what color. Put your name here, right there in that field. When you finish annotating, discuss what you marked and form a group response to the question, to this one. All right. And it's mainly going to be looking at the main question I wanted to pose here was, what are you noticing? What design patterns are you noticing? Style. We'll get into what that means. So I have that over here. What are the ones that Adichie keeps using over and over frequently? So each section, and I'll just scroll down. So see here, there's a letter A. So there's several sections, many sections. And in each section, I put this list here. Now, you don't have to use this particularly. You can see that it doesn't cover the whole section. And sometimes the sections are very short. Okay. So it doesn't cover the whole thing necessarily as far as the chart goes. But this is the content. So summary, just a real brief summary. It doesn't have to be a sentence. What is this section about? Okay. Purpose. What is the impact of the speaker? So is Adichie in this section, here's suggested words to describe it. Is she arguing? And what is she arguing? Is she analyzing? Is she asking a question? Is she connecting, demonstrating, describing, explaining, illustrating, introducing, listing, narrating, predicting, questioning, stating, speculating, suggesting, summarizing, or telling? So decide which verb settles in the best. And there's just a quick little one sentence of, in this section, she is blanking one of these words. And then a little more specificity than that. That is word, by the way, specificity. So be a little bit more specific. And then over here, design. What speech design features does the speaker use to impact her audience? So is it humor, informal language? Just list it out. That's all you have to do. And if there's only one, list the one. But these are possible ones that you can do. And maybe it's not an exhaustive list. You can add stuff to it if you want to. So what I'm going to do, I will fill this out for everyone, or the first one for section A, just so you can see an example. And then I want you all to do the rest. Surprise. All right. So I finished the first part. I wanted to show you a couple things about the best practice to use here. And let's see, bring me back down to size. So what I had to do in order to get the text box, I clicked on text box over here and then I filled it out. Remember to use the color that you chose at the beginning. I couldn't click on here and have a text box show up because this is kind of an image placed on here. So I clicked the text box down here, sized it to be about right for the column, wrote it out at the bottom, and then moved it up. Okay, so that it fit in here. Sort of placed it in there. You decide what works for you. I mean, if you want to redo this whole chart, you can. or you can just leave it there and do what I'm doing over here. Feel free to mark up this area as well, because this will help you make this part. I did not, because I've read this and seen the video so many times that I didn't need to do that, but mark it up as you see fit. But the main thing is to get this done, okay? I hope that makes sense. Ask for help if you need any. And if you need to finish up on your own later, just make your own copy of this and finish up on your own. That's it, I think.